Hello, this is Mrs. Phillips with another book recommendation for you for teens, and this is actually a good book for adults as well. Challenger Deep by Neal Shusterman. You might be familiar with Neal Shusterman. His Unwind series is on the Clarkstown High School reading list. His Side series was on the New York Times bestseller list for many, many weeks. This book is a little different. It's not science fiction, but it does have a fantasy element to it in a way. It starts out and it's centered around Caden Bosch, who's a high school student. And you meet Caden Bosch first as a passenger on a ship, a galleon in the Pacific, headed towards the Marianas Trench and the deepest part of it, the Challenger Deep, and they're going to dive for this treasure. Now, this ship has a crew on it. It has a captain who's rather intimidating. It has a parrot who squawks things at various times. He has a roommate who's a navigator who does all these charts and symbols and things and seems to string words together that start with the same letter and which devolve into whatever. And it's a very interesting story in itself. Will they get to the Marianas Trench? Will they dive? What are they going to find? What about the passengers on the ship, which all seem to be young, and the crew members? And what about that parrot and the captain? Then it switches to Caden Bosch in high school, and he's a high school student. His friends are noticing that he's very preoccupied. He's not following what they're saying. They think maybe he's on drugs because he's actually changed a whole lot. His parents are worried about him because he seems very anxious. He's been pacing a lot. He starts walking and then running to excess. He's not sleeping. And these two different narratives mesh up in the book at a certain point. This book was written with the permission of Neal Shusterman's son. It's not an account of Neal Shusterman's son's life, but Neal Shusterman, his son, suffered from a schizophrenic episode. And this mirrors that. In fact, his son actually did drawings for this book, and you'll find the drawings on Hoopla. This is a compelling read. It's not a sad story, but it's a very interesting one. It's kind of exciting. The ship and the galleon, that all is exciting. And then you can see his family life and how much his family really loves him and trying to do the right thing for him. As I said, this is available on Hoopla. You can get this right away. It's Challenger Deep by Neal Shusterman. And please let me know if you read it and if you like it. You can email me at mphillips@newcitylibrary.org. I'd love to hear from you.